Just sitting here with Daddy on this beautiful October day, and we were talking about when he was in the war, World War II, and he was talking about their ship, the USS
Woodworth.
Yeah.
DD 460.
When were you in the service, Daddy? What year?
45, 44, all of 45, and I discharged in 46.
How old were you when you went?
Well, I was 17 when I volunteered, but I think I'd already had a birthday before I went into, boot camp. I volunteered so I could get the Navy when I was 17, and then I was probably 18 by the time I went to Great Lakes. I don't remember.
It was cold up there, wasn't it, to Great?
I believe, I forgot now, but it seemed like it was about 6 degrees below zero when we left from up there.
And y'all had to train in the swimming pool?
Oh yeah, swimming pool, and I guess the coldest part was down on the lake training the fire, for fire thing. They had a fire training station down there. It was cold. You go down there and train, on the fire. I guess putting out fire on the ships and things, But,
Daddy was just...
And then after boot camp, I came home for a leave, and then I went back to Chicago and caught a troop transport train to Shoemake, California. And that was a separation place where they sent everybody to, assign them to ships and things and duty. And while I was out there, Elliot was in New York on leave. He was in the Navy.
Elliot was your brother.
Yeah, and so he found out I was out there, so he came back, and R.L. Fogg's ship was in San Francisco being repaired. So me and Elliot and R.L. all got together, and I made Liberty, several times while I was out there.
Daddy, what was the hardest part about being in the war?
Just being away from home, I guess. I'd never been nowhere, and hardly been out of Limestone County, and just being away from home, old country boy. But I wasn't by myself. There's a lot of others the same shoes,
Now, when you were like on the USS Woodworth, was there other people from home that you knew on there with you?
No, not from I didn't know nobody, We was all strangers, to each other.
Did you stay in touch with any of them after the war?
No, not really. I should have, but I didn't. It's still free. Well, I tried to get in touch with Noble over around Gaston, Anniston, but I never could. Dan Gaither, never could get in touch with him. And there's no boy from Michigan, Craig, I believe is his name. I always liked him, but I never did stay in touch with him either. But when I left Shoemake, California, I was on a troop transport, which takes troops out to the different areas, they're assigned to it. Because that troop transport out to catch my ship. I forgot now where it was that, I boarded the USS Woodworth.
I was just talking to Daddy. Daddy was a storekeeper, right, on the USS Woodworth?
Yeah, storekeeper, third class, yeah.
And
we requisition supplies for the ship, all the food and fuel and ship store supplies and, you know, everything that we had to have for the ship. Is our job to requisition it, you know. And we would, I guess they had a transport ship that carried supplies, you know, that we would meet up with and get our supplies and things.
So I was just asking Daddy, he was telling me about the suicide bombers, and I didn't know Daddy actually, that they, even though he's a storekeeper, they had to be on call too, with their guns ready to shoot. So tell us about those suicide bombers again, Daddy.
Well, they were, particularly at the end of the war, the Japanese were desperate, you know. So they would send out these planes, and they would have what we'd call the funeral for these guys before they leave, because they knew they wasn't coming back, you know, the Japanese guys. So they'd send them out, and they would dive at the ship, try to hit the ship, you know, and explode. We saw one or two hit the aircraft carrier, you know, and kind of hit it and glance over and fall in the ocean then. But I think it killed a couple of guys, you know, on the aircraft carrier. That way we saw a barrel at sea, you know. They put you on the board under this flag and let your body slip off under the flag into the ocean.
Mm. Well, did anybody ever come close to hitting your ship, Daddy?
You mean any of the planes?
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't know how close, you know, because, you know, we were shooting at them and they'd explode up in the sky, you know. And I don't know, you know, really how close it was to it. But we pulled into Okinawa. We escorted the 7th Fleet, and we pulled into Okinawa, and we were kind of on the outside because the destroyers and things, escorts, they would be, the big ships would be inside, you know, and the little ships would be outside screening for them, you know. So we pulled into Okinawa, and they were bombarding Okinawa at that time. It looked like Christmas in New York, you know, the fireworks. They had these tracer bullets, you know, so they could tell, you know, where they were shooting. It was really something there.
Was that scary, being on the ship?
No.
Because that was going on the land or something?
Yeah, that was going on. Well, the big ships were shooting from the water over to the land, you see. And we was behind the big ships. So I don't guess, well, I don't guess we're further enough out that we wouldn't be a good target for the guns on the island, you know. And then after the war, well, we was guarding the entrance to Tokyo Bay when they signed the peace treaty. And then after the peace treaty was signed, we went on into Tokyo and made liberty there in Japan.
Now, the nuclear bomb went off at Hiroshima, but Tokyo, was that not near there? So it wasn't any danger of y'all getting radioactive?
No.
How long did you stay there after that happened?
Oh, I don't remember.
When did you come home from the war?
Oh, let's see. I can't even remember now. See, let's see. 45, 46. I guess it's either August or October of 46. I don't know, somewhere in that neighborhood.
When I was growing up, we had used to on the calendar, if I'm not mistaken, it said VJ Day, and I thought it was my birthday, September 2nd. I may not be remembering that right, but if it was, then that would make it about right, you know, for you to be coming home in October probably.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Victory over Japan, VJ Day.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. There's what kind of machine is that down there, Daddy? Grader or something? What is?
It's a
bulldozer.
It's a track. What you call a track hoe?
Oh.
Yeah, it's digging the line to bear that water line, and it's a great big outfit.
Well, I sure hope they can hear you.
Yeah.
Daddy, you looking forward to your party tomorrow?
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Looking forward to seeing everybody?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know whether we're going to get Mother up there or not.
I don't either.
But Tracy probably get her up there.
Daddy, you've lived 90 years. What wisdom would you like to pass on to your kids and your family and all?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I've just been blessed in so many ways, you know, with good health and good family and good friends, and just have so much to be thankful for. And I guess the big thing is I'd like to think that I've been a good example to my kids, but you know, clean living and everything. And
yes, you have, Daddy.
And setting an example, you know, going to church, carrying them to church and everything.
You sure have.
Just real proud of the family.
Any regrets?
Well, no. I mean, you know, you look back, when you get my age, you look back and think that maybe you wasted a lot of time that you could have been utilized for, you know, the good of humanity or something, you know. So, I mean, we don't realize as we go along how precious time is, but it so swiftly passes away that it's gone before we realize it.
Daddy, there's a story you told me, and this might be too personal, and that's okay if you don't want to share it, but one time when Mama was real sick and you was about to run out of insurance at Montesano, and you told me how God took care of that. Would you like to share that?
Well, yeah, I tell you, you know, Mother was in the hospital, I think up in North Carolina, you know, and we had been all around, you know, Birmingham and what have you, North Carolina and what there, and her insurance was about to run out, and so I didn't know what I was going to do, you know, and I was had 5 kids at home, you know, trying to take care of them. I was getting pretty depressed, but I reckon the Lord stepped in and somehow or another, I've forgotten now exactly what happened, but my insurance got renewed and Mother got discharged from the hospital and she got better. And
I remember you telling me you went by and saw our pastor.
Yeah, I went. Dr. Clark was our minister. He had the Memorial Drive, and I was real depressed, and I called him up and asked him if I could come by and talk to him. And I went by and just sat down, and I guess I cried like a baby to it, you know, and just spilled out my heart. And he just sat there and listened, you know. He was an older gentleman, and he was just real nice, sure was. But after that, things just, got better and everything. So
I know that story, Daddy. You told me that when I was going through a real hard time, and our kids were little, and that just really has been a story that has helped me through the years. You don't realize it, but that one story, I thought about how God took care of you, and He's taken care of us through everything
yeah.
we've been through. Well, getting about nap time, isn't it, Daddy? So I'll let you. We'll wrap this up. But thank you, Daddy, for sharing with us, and love you.
Love you, hon.
Look forward to celebrating 90th birthday with you.
Looking forward to it.